Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace, mercy to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men that are doing his work in sincerity and in truth across the four corners of the earth. And much love to the 1/3 and the innumerable multitude of you believers. To you all, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Yeshaya from the Great Millstone West Palm Beach Church, and I pray, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying through the Spirit. All right, I had an article here, and I've been meditating on this lately too. In general, like people are like these people really are zombies, man. You see sometimes how they gather around, and I just hold on one second. Salakia, you see how these people gather around, how they do things, how they operate. We starting to see a generation of people who they're not in touch with reality. You could just now see it on people. You can see it in their eyes. You can see it on how they move. It's like people are losing. This just reminds me of, what's that, 2 Timothy or 1st or 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter. That lets you know how these people will be in these last days. Unthankful, unholy, lovers of pleasures rather than lovers of the Most High, just covetous. You just see how these people act. It's just contrary to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So, and we know a lot of this is just Esau Edom and his agenda, man. People are, you got sodomites everywhere. You got children that want to be adults, all right? You got adults that want to be children. Everything is just out of whack, man. This place is not right. All right, but I had this article here. I'm not gonna read too much of it. The title really is all that needs to be said, but I'll get a couple other points from it. But it says, this is from PC Mag. It says, "Yikes! The average American spent 2.5 months on their phone in 2024." That statement is troubling. People will read right over that like, "Oh, no big deal," But the problem is not even just spending the time on the phone. It's also what you're doing on the phone, right? Because if we spending that time on the phone, I'm not saying brothers don't be engaging with their folly too, right? 444 call out my shot. Mercy, hey, that's right. But I'm not saying brothers don't be engaging with their folly, their righteous folly, if you will. But we not just lollygagging away when we on our phones. Typically, when we're on our phones, you're on there, you're trying to, look up videos. Well, shit, at least that's what I know I be doing. I know a lot of other brothers do too. Shit, even one time Gabar, had me hold his phone or something he was doing, and I forgot what happened. No. He left his phone at my house or in my car or something like that. And, I know the brother password and everything, but I ain't going through his phone. But on his phone, all the updates were coming in, just like YouTube, this brother going live, YouTube, apostles up. You know what I'm saying? It was just all biblical edification. You know what I'm saying? So that same sentiment goes when we get on our phones. What we get on our phones for? To look up videos, check out what brothers are doing, the spiritual forecast, the prophecy forecast, right? That's what we looking up, researching, right? Something we don't know, or getting in the chat, right? We got chats with different groups. We're getting in the chat, we're texting or we're talking to brothers. You see what I'm saying? So we're doing things that are of the spirit when we get on our phones. But these people get on their phones and they'll be on Instagram 2.5 hours looking at ass, looking at TikTok dances. You see? And so this is 2.5 months, of your life gone. That's a long time, y'all. That's fucking 45 days? Wait. 2 months is 60 days, 62 days roughly, another 15 days. So you're looking at about 75 days. Excuse me, math is fucked up on that one. But you're looking at about 75 to 77 days, give or take, of being out of tune with reality. These people are zombies. Can you imagine somebody spending 2.5 months and you wouldn't? So this is how you know, and I'm gonna get some scripture soon, but this is how you know when they coming out with this meta and that virtual reality. Oh, these people are gonna be gone. This is something that they're not even looking at virtually, even tied into. This is just a cell phone, but they tapped into the matrix with that, right? So I got 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Esau Edom knows exactly what he's doing with telephone and cell phone technology. We know exactly what he's doing with his agenda and propaganda, with his media. He knows. He knows what he's doing with social media, right? It's called social media, right? So when the word social itself, man, maybe look that up. It basically means to engage with the public. If I'm not mistaken. Something along those lines. Let's see. Social definition. All right. It says relating to society or its organization, needing companionship and therefore best suited to living in communities, an informal social gathering, especially one organized by the members of a particular club or group, and now they added social media sites, applications, or accounts. You see? Let's see. It says in zoology, gregarious, breeding or nesting in colonies. And how do you breed? You breed by being amongst other people. You can't breed on social media. That can be the pathway to breeding. You can hit a broad up and y'all can meet outside of that, and so in society and breed, right? It says of an insect living together in organized communities. All right. And informal, so a social gathering. When you have a gathering, like, yeah, can you have a electronic gathering like a damn Zoom call? But I guarantee you a Zoom call isn't nothing in comparison to sitting with 4 people in a room engaging. It's not the same energy. It's not the same chemistry. None of that is alike, man. And so Esau Edom done used this literal device and got people spending countless days of their times. 75 days is crazy, man. It's crazy, right? And matter of fact, it gave you a time, like an average time. It says that's picking up your phone every 5 minutes during your waking hours. An alarming new study confirms that we're all hopelessly addicted to our devices and suggests the problem is rapidly getting worse. It's only going to get worse. Wait until they get till metaverse and all of that becomes truly populous. Hey, what they say, you shall own nothing and be happy. They are getting people in tune with this system, and ultimately what is going to become the RFID chip, that implant. That's the ultimate goal, right? That's what Esau is trying to do. The ultimate goal to jack everybody up, have everybody in tune with this system. So right now, he just puts a phone and electronic tablets and iPads in people's hands and just have you gone away with it. Now, like I said, we using it for righteousness. So, you know, like shit, 70% of our shit, they can't even count in there, right? They need to just take us out of that equation. But they count our hours, right? They go on our phones, they gonna count your screen time. Okay, and see, that's how they cut you. I knew there's something like this gonna come up. There's a good chance that you're currently reading this article on your phone, right? Because your phone is ease of access. You're not gonna, if you're on the go and you're going to work and things like that, you know, I can't pop out my laptop while I'm driving in the car. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, more than likely your phone is ease of access, the thing that you do to use it, right? They let's see here. They got some percentages on here too, but let me get another verse. This is Revelation 3:18. It says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness doeth not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve that thou mayest see. So the Lord is looking for righteous men in the furnace of affliction. And he says, he anoint thy eyes with eye salve. And eye salve is meant to give you clarity, meant for you to see it perfectly, see in righteousness, right? So the Lord that eye salve, these words and the Holy Spirit has given us that righteous eye salve so that we can see what's going on in Babylon, right? But these people they're mindless zombies out here. They get on their phone and they aren't looking at shit. They're looking at niggas doing pranks all day, you know, doing TikTok dances and folly. Nothing of the Most High. So you don't think the Lord is going to avenge and visit a people in a nation such as this, man? All right. Let me see. They got a percentage here. Let's see. It says, let's see, to spare you opening the calculator app, that's about once every 5 minutes you are awake, or 2.5 full months out of your year. That's fucking crazy. That's an alarming 42.3% rise from last year, when the reviews company asked the same question and found people check their phone 144 times a day. Call all y'all about Shemal Shai. 144. That's the number that's written on here. You can't make this up. The Lord even got. You see, that's how you know that's of the Spirit too. They lost. He got them even checking their phone 100. What's the odds of that? You checking your phone 144 times a day. The Lord code. I might have to reword the title and put people check their phone 144 times a day. It says some of the ways they spend those 205 moments are 80.6% check their phones within the first 10 minutes of waking up. Well, yeah, and they do say you're not supposed to because of the light and stuff like that. Well, you know, see, this situational too, right? If you just checking it so you can get on Instagram, now that's through. I get on mine, right? I get on mine when I wake up. That's because, one, for the time, because, you know, we slaves. We got to make sure we on time for work. Then I check mine to make sure the brothers in the camp are doing all right and I haven't had any missed calls or texts, right? And then I'm checking what's any updates in the chats, you know, just for information, news updates. And then I'm checking while I got some downtime, like just listening or looking to see anything the apostles, elders, and brothers have put out, so I can get any updates in the spirit. So that's what we're doing. But people get right on the phone and look at Instagram first thing in the morning and get lost in the sauce. You see? So we're living in two completely different realities. It says, and I was going to name this, so that's the spirit. It says 65% use their phone, 65.7% use their phone on the toilet, which is true. I'm going to keep it real. I definitely use my shit on the toilet. So when I was talking about when I get some downtime, if I'm going to keep it all the way funky, so and I guess that ain't the right time since we talking about toilets, no pun intended. But yeah, when I go in there and I use the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? I'm dropping my shanyah, that's two in Hebrew, my deuce. You know, I'll get on my phone and you know, I'll listen to videos. That's your time to go down YouTube and see what happened on in Babylon, what's happening on in the spirit. You see what I'm saying? So that is true. It says 53.7% have texted someone in the same room. That's fucking nuts. That's nuts. 38.1% use or look at their phone while on a date, which people do, which is rude. The only time I do that, like I said, if I got to check on brothers or brothers are texting or calling me. But if you're on a date, you're not supposed to be all up in your damn phone, man. It says 27% use or look at their phone while driving. I definitely look at my shit while driving, but some older people, a lot of people be scared about that, texting and driving. My mom big on that. She, you know, so they in Michigan, they in Detroit, and so they're like, oh, she be like, you talking to me while you driving? I be like, yeah, mama. She be like, is your phone in your hand? I be like, yeah, mama. She be like, well, you need to call me back. But now she just get over it because now she can be hands free. So she basically she just connects it to her Bluetooth and go like that. And usually I used to, but my Bluetooth in my car, my electronics work well in my car, but some reason my Bluetooth speaker has been acting weird, like when I dial through it. So I haven't been using it as of late. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So people do use it on it when they're driving too. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not on here just scrolling through Instagram and Facebook, and you know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to have Facebook, no way. Decree from the apostles. But, you know, being on Facebook, Instagram, looking on all the social media, just being bugged out, man. This is the world that we lived in. It said, it says Gen Z and Generation X have found common ground finally, with 84% of each group looking at notifications shortly after receiving them. I mean, you get a text, yeah, you want to look at it. But, man, sometimes you got to put the fucking phone down, man. Sometimes you got to spend time away from the phone, It's freeing, brothers. That's what shit. You can ask the Akim. When my phone be dying, when I be with them, like, because, some days my phone will die or something like that. They be like, hey, brother, you need a charger? I be like, nah, I'm straight, brother. I say, everybody I need to talk to is in this room right now. You know what I'm saying? Everything I need is in this room right now. I'll be all right. Now, of course, I know brothers that got families and shit like that might not agree with that, but, that ain't my case. So everybody that I need to talk to is in here. Anything y'all need to say to me, you ain't got to text me. You can tell me right here, But this is 2 Timothy 2:4. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen to be a soldier. Now, I know that this may not be direct dealing with this kind of stuff, but when you getting over-consumed by Babylon, you entangling yourself with the affairs of this life. If you always on your phone and you can't never put your phone down, that's an addiction too, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Don't become an addict, a slave to this damn cell phone. And I had this one bug out dude. I mean, for the most part, he had a cool demeanor, but dude was just lost. He had basically made himself homeless. He chosen to teach the word of Jesus. But, I was trying to edify him one day when we were sitting out there. I was sitting out there on the bench, and I was telling him some things, but I was asking him what's the mark of the beast. He was trying to avoid the book of Revelation and all of this kind of stuff. But nonetheless, he was saying, he was like, yeah, your cell phone is an idol god. I said, now look, I can see how anything can be an idol god. I'll always say that. Anything can be an idol god. A damn leaf can be an idol god if people want it to be. So I agree with him, but not in the sense of, he's saying you need to throw away your cell phone because you're now bowing and worshiping your cell phone. I said, brother, well, that's not what it's intended for. I mentioned to him, I said, well, you got to understand how the gospel is being preached now. Psalms 19, says our line's going to go out through the earth. I said, how is that going to happen? That's going to happen by way of the unicorn, by way of the World Wide Web. You see what I'm saying? That's how that's going to occur, And so these people are they lost in the sauce about the reality of Yahweh Shem Shah. We don't got it. The apostles been saying this. You don't got to travel the whole world to get the ministry out. We got the internet now. So what's the main way we use the internet now? You got a lot of brothers, obviously, they might stream from their computers, their tablets, things like that. But shit, the easiest one to do it on is your phone. So that's the thing. I say, I even asked the guy, I said, are you aware of the prophecies that are happening right now? Are you aware that World War III is coming? How do you know what point you're in? Now, at the end of the day, I can have another candid moment with y'all. There was one point in the truth, a couple years into the truth, that I want to, not to sound rebellious, but I was like, man, I was like, fuck everything in his life. I just want to preach the word of the Lord and roam city to city, even if I'm homeless. I said that at one point, and in my mind, at least, you know what I'm saying? Now, the Lord gave me a better understanding that I didn't have to give up my literal possessions, but it's like when you love the Lord, you don't really care about nothing else. When things in this world start to piss you off. But, Yahweh Shem Shai opened my mind to seeing that I didn't have to do that. But also I realized is if you on the streets, you might not have a phone. You might not be aware of prophecy. You might not be up with the decrees, with new things that are coming out. You're not going to be daily in tune. Hey, what? I always hear Apostle Tahar and Elder Apostle Tahar and Elder Apostle Ramlab. I always say this. They say, if you miss one day, you miss a lot. And it's true. You miss a whole lot. You try to go a day without checking a YouTube notification. Shit, there are some days, I always check it every day. The Wadi Yahweh Shema Shai. But there are some days where I have multiple accounts on my YouTube. And sometimes I have what I call my folly page. It ain't necessarily folly, but it's if I want to look up something that's of the world, that's not, because I don't like messing up my algorithms. So I'll go to my folly page or another type of page that I got, and I might go to sleep and I didn't switch it back to my main pages, my teaching pages and my GMS pages. And I'll be noticing a couple hours go by or something like that. And then I'll be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Why ain't I getting no notifications? Why ain't nothing coming up? And I realize, damn, I'm on the wrong YouTube page. And I get back on and I got to catch up. You know what I'm saying? So you miss one day, you miss a lot of information, man. So people are missing And the thing is, they're not even looking for prophecy during this time. But so people are missing out on 2.5 months of their lives, man. Right? So I'm going to get this last precept here. Actually, let me look at the article first, see if there's a little bit more, and then I got one more precept that I want to get. It says, and we already know this, but it says, regarding generational divides, I might have to take a picture of this. It says, regarding generational divides, the younger you are, the more likely it is that you're on the phone. We already knew that. Shit, them children, man, you be seeing them children, we be having to tell their ass, put that damn phone down, put the game down, put the tablet down, because this is all they know. They came in living in this. They barely go outside. They ready to be in tune with them phones. So we know the younger you are, the more likely you're on the phone. It says Gen Z spends the most time on their phones at 6 hours and 18 minutes per day, while millennials are right behind them at 6 hours and 2 minutes. Gen Xers trail at 4 hours and 54 minutes. Boomers spend 3 hours and 18 minutes, and nobody spends less time than the silent generation, who average 1 hour and 16 minutes per day. The silent generation. It says overall, though, millennials are the most attached to their devices. That's because this thing came around with the millennials. That's when shit started off. Your content creators, all of them people, they're mainly millennials. It says, in addition to being fast to check for notification, they also pick up the phones the most times per day, 324 times. On top of that, 80% report anxiety after losing their phones, which is far ahead of than the other generations. You see that? So they get anxious. Wait till Jacob Strobel come. These people are going to be destroyed, man. This shit is a drug, man. All right? This picture here, millennials are winning. You know what I'm saying? Well, losing. They losing, really, but they're winning on the chart. Who does it the most, man? You know? So, but to have anxiety after that is madness. It's madness. They have little boxes now you can put in, and it locks your phone for a certain amount of time per day, and the only thing you can do is like dial calls or press 911. They had to create shit like that because people are getting bugged out with this stuff, man. It's a new age drug. All right, now on your phone you can see women, you can the chicks like can see men, you can see people that dress like hoes, you can get information, you can look up food, you can look up anything you want. Anything that you want is available to you and at your fingertips now, man. But the thing is using it for righteous reasons, which 99% of these people do not do. All right, but I'm going to read this last one. This is 1 John 2 and 15. And actually, let me go to the actual Bible and get this because I might want to read a verse down or two. 1 John 2 and 15. I'll start at 14, actually. It says, I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of Yahweh B'Shem Shai abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one. Hey, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, we've overcome Esau. We've overcome everything in this life, man. You know, we see the reality of this world. We're not just giving in and what he thinks is right. Okay? All right, and that's a beautiful thing through the spirit, man. Realizing what's right and what's wrong. Overcoming the wicked one. And so he's destroying these people's minds out here. Okay? While World War III is brewing, they up here trying to learn the latest dance, man. They worried about Christmas and shit. You know? I see little Jake out here riding on their damn bikes and shit. Christmas presents now, they little mini scooters. You think any of these children are worried about fucking the impending war or anything? Like, their parents ain't talking to them about none of that. Right? It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Right? So, hey, man, being attached to your damn phone and not being able to separate from it. If you get anxiety, you're not feeling your phone, you know, you check your pockets, you be like, damn, all right, I left my phone at the house. Don't freak the fuck out. It's going to be all right, bro. You know, it says, if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Right? So, all of the things that come in this world, man. So don't be making your phone. Honestly, that is idolatry. 2.5 months on your phone, not looking up for righteousness. That's idolatry, man. If we spent that much time on the phone, it's because we're serving Yahweh B'Shem Shai. And look, just think about it. They say 2.5 months, like just like this. We on their phone, we doing 30, 40 hour videos. Shit, that's considered being on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So they adding that amount in there. But at the end of the day, that's for righteousness' sake. So that's a whole different story through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You see what I'm saying? But they would count that as screen time. But we know the difference. It says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. You see that? So this world is going to pass away. These phones are going to get melted. Ain't going to be no damn tablets and Androids and Huawei's and iPads and and all that shit. Y'all know. iPhones, all of that is going to go away, man. Galaxies, it's all going to go. It's all going to perish. It's always going to burn. So the main thing you should be focused on is your salvation and getting right with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Everything else is not important. So you got to be, if you get a phone, use it for righteousness' sake, man. You know, shit, even the children. You can find righteous ways to have them look up something. You know, everything ain't got to be bugged out shit all the time. You know, like sometimes when I see the brothers' children on shit, I be like, hey, man, it's time for you to change that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or some of the pops be like, yeah, it's time to change that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why you can watch something educational. Watch something fruitful. It be all kinds of nonsense on here now, man. And they'll be glued with that thing all damn day. You know? I talked to a lady the other day. She was like, yeah, I've been needing some internet because my kids have gotten completely bored. They driving me crazy. So they just now it's just throw them the tablet so they don't gotta pay attention to it. So they don't gotta pay attention to their children no more. So now when you realize the children be seeing and knowing some shit that you ain't even know was possible or that was going on in the world. Like one of the brother's daughters told us about something. We like, what does that mean? And it came back as being something evil or wicked. I'm like, what the hell? And like that's the kind of stuff that they watching and you don't be knowing because that's a portal. Let me look up the definition of portal real quick. You know, it's a portal, man. It takes you away from reality. Portal definition. It says a doorway, gate, or entrance, especially a large and imposing one. Right? Let me see. That's about a website. That's about an organ. Yep. So it's basically a door, entrance, or a gateway. So you don't think that's a gateway in that? They call it your internet, your router. Sometimes they call those gateways. You know, that's the crazy thing. They call them gateways. A gateway router. So it lets you know you entering into a different door. You enter into a different entrance. You enter into a different portal. Let me see. It says it says especially imposing one. So the two definitions here for impose, it says grand and impressive in appearance, but it also says a force something unwelcome or unfamiliar to be accepted or put in place. You see that? Exert firm control over. And that's what they're doing with these phones. These portals are exerting firm control through these doorways and gateways, man. So like I said, everything need to be done with balance. Ain't nothing wrong with having a phone. Ain't nothing wrong with getting on your phone. But we live in a world now where people are getting completely succumbing to Esau's way, right? This damn technology. Wait until they get these damn metaverse and all this shit. People already be into it. But they had, what's that? A good movie to watch. Let me see. I think it's called Player Number One. Yep. If you want to see how people be acting, Ready Player One. Now, some people might not fuck with it because a lot of it is inside of the digital world. But the main part is to show how these people be. They be locked in a damn room like that real you shall be happy, you shall own nothing to be happy. Be in a damn mattress running in place, and the whole society is like that. And they gotta be on universal base UBI. You know what I'm saying? Universal basic income. They gotta be on something like that, man. You know? Let me see here. Yeah, see, they don't. It says, I'll just read the overview for you. It says, in 2045, right, so it's in 2045, that's only 20 years away. That's less than 20 years away. It says, Lord willing, we ain't here that long, Baba Kushah. It says, in 2045, the planet is on the brink of chaos and collapse, but people find salvation in the Oasis, which is an expansive virtual reality universe created by eccentric James Halliday. When Halliday dies, he promises his immense fortune to the first person to discover a digital Easter egg that's hidden somewhere in the oasis. When young Wade Watts joins the contest, he finds himself becoming an unlikely hero in a reality-bending treasure hunt through a fantastical world of mystery, discovery, and danger. So all these damn people are in their damn rooms thinking that they're in this virtual reality, but everybody in their rooms, it'll be a dude acting like a woman. It'll be a woman acting like a dude in the game. You know, they'll be, you know, in their room. They don't get off there to do shit but eat and fucking piss and shit. That's all they do, man. This world is wicked, man. And Esau are getting people tapped in for this implant. That's all he's doing, man. So, you know, I want to give all the praise, the honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and mercy to the elect. Until next time.